New York City is unlike any other place in the world. When the day is still young, the hectic lives of New Yorkers and tourists bustle through the streets. When the sun sets, the city livens up and transforms into a field of ecstasy. It's the city that never sleeps. There's so much to do and holds so much meaning to me. It's truly magical. Our first stop brings us to Rockefeller Center, home of the famous Lower Plaza ice rink and many artistic displays including the Prometheus statue and Channel Gardens. Each year, a Christmas tree lighting ceremony is held, signaling the start of the holiday seasons. An enormous tree, dressed in thousands of lights, decorates the center just behind the Prometheus statue. I remember how I would figure skate with my sister in the ice rink all day long until the sun began to set. Strangely enough, when the lights began to die down, artificial daylight emerged. The holiday spirits rose from the thousands of LEDs wrapped around the tree. To me, Christmas is one of the happiest times of the year. It brings my family closer together and laughter is spread amongst us throughout the night. I remember how I would always look forward to assembling my artificial Christmas tree and decorating it with brilliant lights and ornaments as it towered above me. But I soon learned what it really meant to feel puny when I stood aside the Rockefeller big tree for the first time. It was the greatest thing I had ever seen, and a feeling of disbelief and sheer awe overwhelmed me. As I stand aside the big tree, the laughter and joy of thousands of people are heard. It's an incredible feeling when you and thousands of other people in the center share a moment of happiness and astonishment. It has been a while since my family reunited to gather around the fireplace and open up gifts. It has been a while since my sister and I stayed up all night trying to catch a glimpse of Santa Claus climbing down our chimney. It has even been a while since my sister and I stayed up late at night trying to create the perfect Christmas tree. In these past few years, it has been hard for me to come up with new and exciting Christmas stories to share with my friends and family. With college, work, and finances, my family is beginning to abandon many of the traditions we once held. Standing in front of this massive tree once more brings me back to my wonderful Christmas memories. Memories that fill me up with nostalgic joy and remind me of the sweet moments I am so blessed to have. Memories of myself running out of my bathtub and slipping across my bathroom floor thinking Santa Claus was flying by my house. Rockefeller's Christmas tree will always hold a special place in my heart. Whenever I feel the need to think back to my childhood Christmas memories, I just look to this enchanted tree, elegantly placed in the heart of Rockefeller Center. Then, the memories will all start to flow back again. While the city is full of adventures and discoveries, one characteristic that remains scarce is nature. Constantly surrounded by skyscrapers, commercial buildings, and houses, urban folks tend to forget about the beauty and bewilderment nature provides for us. Luckily, Central Park offers me this escape from the urban life. The abundance of trees and fields of green bring comfort to me and transport me to a serene universe. As a Long Islander, woods, forests, and beaches were just a few minutes away. In my last few years of high school, a good friend of mine introduced me to tree climbing. Soon enough, tree climbing became an increasing hobby of mine. Whenever the time was right, we would gather our running shoes and head towards a nearby woods or park. Upon arrival, we would scout the area for sturdy trees as the resonating buzz of woodland insects slowly replaced the faint cries of bustling streets and neighborhoods. When we finally spotted the perfect tree, our trust with nature would be put to the test as we ascend higher and higher, branch by branch. At that moment, I would be a part of nature and apart from societal pressures. There is something about climbing trees that makes the world seem perfect. Perhaps it is because I feel connected with the environment, or perhaps it is the isolated serenity that allows my mind to roam freely. Regardless, as I let the branches cradle my body, a rush of adrenaline and peace would flow throughout me. Sometimes I would bring a book to read. Other times, my friend and I would just talk. But most of the time, I would just sit there quietly and take in the beauty of the scene. For me, it's an inexpressible feel that can only be described if you were to experience it. Now that I'm in college and live in New York City, I rarely get the opportunity to physically connect with nature and experience the pleasant emotions that accompany tree climbing. Since my friend is leaving for the Marines boot camp, it will also be difficult for me to find someone to continue my hobby with. Central Park's trees and woods, although far from my apartment, is one temporary solution that allows me to continue my interest in tree climbing. It reminds me of the great times I spent while climbing trees, and every once in a while, I would find myself traveling to the park to listen to music, read a book, or simply to take in the scenery and tranquility. Whether I'm relaxing in a tree, walking through the city night, or taking the subway, one thing is for sure: I'm always listening to music. Music plays an incredibly essential role in my life and moves me in ways nothing else can. From rock to pop to rap to orchestral, there is always a song for how I feel. Music brings me up when I'm feeling down, transports me to another space and time, and I often lose myself to the power of music. It's hard for me to explain just how important music is for me, as I truly don't believe words can fully describe it. Growing up, I was constantly surrounded by music. My mother was a pianist, my father was a guitarist, and my sister played the flute and piano. I was first introduced to the violin when I was 3 years old, and I quickly fell in love with it. I continue playing till this day, and whenever I do so, I fall under its spell. The rhythm becomes my heartbeat, and I am drawn to the soulful cries of my violin. Throughout my music career, I would record myself playing and try to improve upon it, including the background track you hear right now. Playing my violin allows me to express my emotions in unimaginable ways. When I play, I feel connected to the sounds I produce, and I am free to explore and interpret the melodies in my own way. It intrigues me how my violin is able to paint a story just through its notes. My violin has become an escape from all the things that go on in my life. But most importantly, my violin provides me with one of the most essential aspects of my life: music. These moments are a look into my life, my memories, my essence. I am composed of my interests, shaping me from when I was young. Whether it be spending time with my family during joyous Christmas time, cherishing moments of friendship, or translating my heart's song into the wondrous tunes of my violin. Everything I do makes me who I am. And I am Christopher Kiang.